Thank you. And our next panelists are Daniel Schwartz, followed by Shruthi Sriyam, followed by Clayton Banks. Daniel Schwartz.
You may begin.
My name is Daniel Schwartz, and I'm testifying on behalf of the New York Civil Liberties Union. We thank the committee and council members for holding this hearing and for the opportunity to provide testimony today. Link NYC has, after 9 years of operation, still not disclosed a comprehensive list of the 30 sensors included in the kiosks, nor how Link NYC collects, combines, and utilizes people's information in its ad-driven business model. Each kiosk is equipped with multiple technologies that can facilitate the tracking of people and other data. Taken together at scale at the city level, they allow for vast surveillance powers. It is important to note that the remote technologies allow for the possibility to track devices, whether they affirmatively connect to the network or not. Such unwitting data leakage and collection can occur through wireless technologies, which emit unique device identifiers when looking for and pinging nearby connections and devices. And let's be clear, these surveillance powers are not by accident, but are core features of the business model, which, according to Intersection, promises advertisers highly detailed audience insights, real-time geospatial audience segmentation, and allows for hyper-targeting in the physical world. All these quotes stem from official Intersection advertising materials. Intersection describes further, ads on Link NYC will respond to the audience nearby, much like ads online, showing the right ad to the right people at the right time, wherever they are. How this is implemented and which third-party data sources are tapped into remains unclear. But these central capabilities make it plainly clear how this ad model is fundamentally different from traditional ad billboards at a phone booth or bus stop. Each of the thousands of kiosks can continuously collect unknown amounts of data, which can be further analyzed, processed, or combined. Claims of anonymization are worth little without full transparency, providing details on how they're implemented and how data are leveraged for targeted ads. Given the myriad ways of correlating their data with other data sets, re-identification
Time expired.
Thank you. We provided written testimony outlining more of our concerns, including the lack of bridging the digital divide. And we thank the council, and we want to note that the council has a crucial role to play in overseeing large-scale tech deployments like Link NYC, setting much-needed guardrails, safeguarding New Yorkers' privacy interests and rights, and providing broadband access to all New Yorkers.
Thank you so much, Mr. Schwartz. Our next panelist is Shruthi Sriyam.
Starting time.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shruthi, and I'm here today representing the Surveillance Technology Oversight Project, which is a New York-based civil rights and anti-surveillance group. I'm testifying today on our concerns about Link NYC's impact on New Yorkers' privacy. One of our most immediate concerns is Link NYC's privacy track record. Findings from a 2022 privacy and transparency audit revealed that City Bridge unlawfully continues to collect MAC addresses, IP data, subscriber data, and other identifying information from users of Link NYC kiosks. Such practices are not only a security and privacy risk to New Yorkers, but in direct violation of Link NYC's amended privacy policy and franchise agreements. Additionally, auditors found that City Bridge gave incomplete terms of use and incorrect privacy policies to Link NYC users. The consequences of these and the privacy infringements that they pose to New York residents are exceptionally high. Since the 2022 audit, City Bridge issued a remediation report in which they stated that they deployed MAC address anonymization and now ensure that users are provided with accurate terms of use and privacy information. While we believe these are important steps forward, far more is needed to protect New Yorkers' data. We commend the committee for holding this hearing and urge it to maintain its aggressiveness in its oversight of Link NYC and City Bridge. This company has repeatedly failed to meet its commitments to the city and people of New York, both failing it with its economic returns that the people of New York were promised, but have also breached users' privacy rights. City Bridge has been given millions of dollars in kind support from our city, but such a troubled history of privacy protection necessitates unflinching scrutiny of every aspect of the firm's business practices. Our challenge for company leaders is this: For every reassurance they've provided today of privacy and security maintenance, for every promise they've made for the future, are these binding obligations or simply empty words? As
Time
long as these
expired.
commitments clash with the company, we have no choice but to assume these promises are more about PR than privacy. Thank you for your time, and thank you for letting me testify on behalf of.
Thank you very much. And our next panelist is Clayton Banks.
Starting time.
Well, thank you very much. And I definitely want to say thank you to the committee in and of itself and Gutierrez. I have 100 things to talk about, but I'm only going to do 99. No, I'm kidding, actually. It's going to be very quick. So one is I think the council should think of 3 really key things. I hope Gutierrez is able to write this down. Number 1, the next digital divide, if you will, in New York City and across this country is 5G. Nobody talked about that today. 5G actually creates another divide, right? You have to have a 5G device to use 5G. And that is expensive right now. It's a lot of money to get a 5G phone or a 5G anything. So I just want to make that as a thing, right? So you should be talking about that. What is 5G? I've been doing research on 5G for many, many years, way before anybody was thinking about it. Number 2, I think you ought to think about making sure to separate 5G from tower, right? So we tend to put them together, but the tower is one thing, 5G is another. So we'll talk more about that. Third, at the end of the day, this is all about broadband for me. I think we have moved all of our civics to online. So when there's people in East Harlem or other parts of Harlem or any place around our city that doesn't have the internet, it's basically no longer a citizen. That's a problem. So we can't wait. We can't wait on towers and 5Gs and big apples and all this other stuff. We need to get together with the city council and say, guess what? If everyone has to have the internet, it becomes private and public. I'm your man to help you with this. So I just want to make that clear. Everybody understand, 5G is the next digital divide. It really is. So, and then the towers themselves.
Time
all
expired.
The infrastructure that New York City has, we got to be careful. Thank you very much. I'm your man.
Clayton, thank you so much. You have livened this panel up. Thank you so much to all of our panelists.
And I want to thank everyone one more time. And now we're going to take a 2-minute break, and we will continue with our next panel. And I would like to announce our next panelist. Our next panelists are Frank Taylor, followed by John Kocur, followed by Lauren Bond, and Reverend Thorbs. Thank you. We're taking a 2-minute break, and we'll be back in about 2 minutes. Thank you. Okay, we're starting with our next panel, and we're starting with Frank Taylor.
Okay, hello? I don't know if I can be heard yet.
Yes, you can. You can start now.
All right, great. Thank you very much. My name is Frank Taylor. I am a retired law enforcement. I live in East Elmhurst. I am the current Community Board 3 chair of Community Board 3 in Queens. I represent East Elmhurst, Jackson Heights, and North Corona. We've had committee meetings on this with both these committees. Both these guys, City and Link, they have proven themselves to be false, actually. When you go back and check what they've actually said and what they've actually given us, it's been false. They've shown themselves to be bad actors in the community boards. Also, being the chair of a community board, not everyone has scientists or environmental lawyers to decipher some of this information. But most of us don't need someone to tell us that radiation is bad. Radiation does not go well with a human being. And what we're talking about here is not simply headaches. We're talking about cancers. We're talking about immune diseases. We're talking about stopping people from being able to learn. Yes, this is a program that needs to be done as far as getting everyone broadband, Yeah, and I love Clayton earlier when she said no one's talking about 5G. You know, everyone's talking about everything else, but what happened to 5G? But these people are not the people to do it. They've said to you guys, honestly, this is not for us. This is not for the people who live here. This is for the cars. This is for people on the street. Well, again, I get with third world countries. We always get the word third world countries. I live next to LaGuardia Airport.
Time expired.
My big thing, if I could just say this, we have to take care of people, not companies. And this is obviously a company that's a show. So please, I want to get back to normal. Like the president said, COVID's over. Let's act like COVID's over. And I appreciate the chairperson who did this meeting. This was very well done. A lot of questions were asked that weren't answered in other circles. So I thank you again from Community Board 3 in Queens. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your testimony, Mr. Taylor. Our next panelist is John Kocur.
Starting time.
Hi, I'm John Kocur, very pleased to testify on behalf of the Center for Hearing and Communication, also known as CHC, about our experience with the Link NYC program. CHC, just as background, we're a private nonprofit rehabilitation center for people of all ages with hearing loss. We were established in 1910 and provide services including hearing testing, hearing aid dispensing, speech and language therapy, educational support, and mental health counseling. We also provide a great deal of public education, much of it focused on the impact of noise on hearing and quality of life, the significant negative impact of untreated hearing loss in older adults, and accessible communication for people with hearing loss. We're licensed in New York State as an Article 28 diagnostic and treatment center and outpatient mental health clinic, and we provide services to all regardless of a person's ability to pay. People generally know that Link NYC benefits New York City residents and visitors and businesses, but I don't think it's as widely known that Link NYC also benefits nonprofits like CHC. CHC had the opportunity to advertise on Link NYC kiosks at no cost as part of the Link Local program. We can't even begin to put a dollar value on this pro bono advertising. The CHC budget doesn't include funding for advertising. We know there are many individuals in New York who could benefit from our services, but they just don't know that we exist. We're often told by clients who do find us that we are the best kept secret in New York. So being able to have our message seen by millions of New Yorkers who pass by the screens is exposure we never could have had without the Link Local program. So we're very grateful for the opportunity.
Thank you very much for your testimony.